Nicky Devlin, Ayr United club captain, and you're watching Quill 18.
Hey folks, Quill 18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Football Manager 2017. And today we're going to be playing the Queen of the South. This is immediately after our last game. Well, I guess a week later, technically, after our last game, but two back-to-back ones. We had a great win against Livingston, feeling really good about that. Queen of the South will be a fair bit more challenging. They're a much stronger team. Very similar to us in the overall competition rankings. Actually, one step below us over here. They've only got one win. Lots of draws, though. I mean, I feel like there's a fair consistency. We cannot go and underestimate Queen of the South. We will still be starting off with control mentality because we're playing at home. Hopefully that will work out fairly well for us. We'll see how it goes. My assistant coach is suggesting somewhere along the way that we should be using standard mentality over here. But I think we'll start on control, and I think that's going to be A-okay. We're missing Andy Gagan. That's a little bit unfortunate, but other than that, I think we're going to be in a half-decent sort of situation. I don't know. Let's go. Let's find out what the weather report for today is. Calm, very good pitch. Calm. Yeah, so I mean, all manner of passing is all going to be pretty good, and I think it's going to work out pretty well for what we do with our relatively long-range stuff. Andy Graham is doubtful, so they're missing maybe one of their players. We've won most of our matches in the past, although I don't know if have we met up against them so far this year? Oh, we did, actually. Right over here, an 0-2 loss away, so we're facing them at home. Hopefully we can go and turn that around and equalize things a little bit. We'll be starting Mr. Tom Pope over here, the Pontiff, in the front with Jamie Thomas as the backup. We're going to be sitting Craig McGuffey on this one, just because, I don't know, second decent striker option is going to be okay. We do have Paul Kearney in here, ready to sub out for Stevenson. It'd be great if he had more match sharpness. This is kind of unfortunate. Alan Force is going to be available this time to potentially do some other subs. Robbie Crawford, Jamie Adams ready to do some subs in the midfield, although Jamie Adams is still quite lacking on his match sharpness. Nicky Devlin can do potentially a swap as well. So, well, let's go ahead and submit this team. It's going to be A-okay. Probably. Sure. We'll hope. Yes, I know he's lacking match sharpness, but hopefully it won't hurt us too much. He's going to be playing as a defensively minded central midfielder as opposed to a ball-winning midfielder, I think, which would normally be Ross Doherty's, but I think it's going to be okay. The difference is I think the ball-winning midfielder has the innate tackle harder plus roam less instructions. I don't think it's really going to make much of a difference one way or the other. Apparently we're a slight favorite here. I mean, we are slightly ahead of them in the tables, but I don't know. It seems a little bit surprising to me. Wow, that's a good number of score there by Jack Pickard. You've come in this one in good form. Other opponents do not. Fear of complacency. I don't know. I think that they're a better team than recent form. It might indicate they're going to give us a really tough match here. Daryl Magatz takes the captain's armband. What do you see in the leader? I don't know. Rely on him to set the tone. So many questions. We'll go out and attack from the kickoff is actually what we're going to do. I mean, on counterplay. Wow! I don't think I've ever seen a 4-1-4-1 with a defensive midfielder over here. I mean, it's sort of like a 4-5-1, which we have seen some people play, but even more defensively minded. They're really looking to lock down. Now, what's interesting is it's possible that the counter to this is not to be more aggressive, but in fact might be to be actually running a counter mentality to try to draw out a mistake and open up an opportunity. We're still going to start with control, but we're going to see how that develops. So what would be your advice? Tackle everyone hard. You are so aggressive. Obviously, we're going to have to keep a close eye. Well, we're going to keep Craig over here tightly marked, certainly. And oh, your guy who's apparently scored so much isn't even in your starting lineup. He's just over here. Can I like pre-give you? Yeah, whoever this guy is, mark him and close him down tightly right from the start. Even though you're not actually, you're just one of the substitutes right now. But it seems like the sort of thing that's going to come up at some point. Same thing here. I'm just going to close you down. Be aggressive on that. We're going to, like, listen, boys, we're on a good run here, so go out there and impress me. Looking delighted. Let's not mess around too much with the chat. All right, so we are in our black and white stripes today. There we go. Home game appropriate. These guys are red, so that might be part of it. Doherty. Oh, there's going to be two Dohertys in this match. Ross Doherty, R Doherty. Literally R, but R as an O-U-R as well. Getting some action. All right, Vincent LeBaron to Stevenson. Yeah, there's going to be so many. Oh, that is quite sad, Mr. Stevenson, that you couldn't get the ball out to Fraser, who was right next to you and available, but tackle's going to tackle. We're one-on-one on shots. Possession's a little bit lower. There we go. Over to Fraser. Over to LeBaron. Sends it to Hamill. I'm concerned about this game. The odd makers are all like, no, you got this and all this. And I'm like, no, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm very, very concerned. What the shit was that? What the shit was that? I want to see replay. Wait, okay, no, hold on. Live. Rewind. I guess it doesn't have the highlight start yet. Okay, play. Mulroney sends it over to Miller, who just puts it in there from a million miles away. Close down more? I don't know. Okay, listen. Well, counter might be wrong, but let's go and counter for a bit here. Or maybe just standard. Or just close down harder. That was the problem, is the fact that people didn't get closed down over there. Now, and they actually do get closed down more aggressively on the more aggressive things over here. Whatever, keep going on control. F it. What are our stats at? 50-50 possession. They're out shooting us dramatic. Okay, never mind. Go to counter. They're out shooting us dramatically. Again, Queen of the South. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm a little concerned. Jesus. We're drawing more fouls. Like we're having to be more desperate here. We're not going to make too many changes because I don't want to be pulled too far out of formation. All right. Fraser with an opportunity to start on the aggressive. Sends it deep to no one. What is going on with my team? What are they thinking? It's going to be a corner for the other side. Only 72 pass completion. You know, the pitch condition's so good and everything. I wonder if we should play a shorter passing game. I wonder if we should make a big tactical change. Consider something like that at the half. Because, yeah, I'm not keen on the pass completion over here. Although I'm worried that with them having such a tight defensive structure that playing a short passing game won't open up any possibilities. It might have to be like find a gap, do a long pass to take advantage of it, and then go to town. Big pass to Pope. Vincent LeBaron's there to pick it up. He centers it over to Fraser. He's going to do one of his patented long shots. He does, and it goes in. I thought that was just going to be a corner because I think the goalkeeper actually got his hands on it, but it wasn't enough. All of a sudden, we're back in the game. I think we're going to keep up with this counter mentality over here because I think that might be the best way to exploit past their insane defense, if at all possible. We could sit, like, there's a few things. I mean, we could sit a little further forward. But I think if they're playing, like, I don't know what their mentality is. I suspect they're probably playing something like a counter mentality, which means they might be in a better position actually to exploit some of these penalties, like some of these situations. The weather is so good that they can do those long passes, so if they do find a gap and there's a huge amount of space behind us, that's that. Should we just sit deeper? I mean, we do naturally sit a little bit deeper with a counter mentality, so that's maybe going to be enough. I don't want to make too many changes. I mean, we're back in here. Listen. We can still win this one. Keep working hard and it will come. Yeah, don't look complacent. And I'm going to be... having faith in everyone. Okay, good. Yeah, look happy. Energy levels seem decent. I'm wondering if things would have been better if we'd had Andy Gigan. It literally might be a situation of if we had a slightly better tackler in the midfield, that we may have been able to stop one of those plays. I don't know. Over to Pope. He's a little bit pinned down. He's got a lot of passing targets, though. Fraser can... Oh, send it wide to LeBaron. I approve of that attempt, actually, because that header would not have been the easiest thing to do, and if it had gotten to Vincent, we'd had some real opportunities. We're getting a little closer on shots over here. LeBaron uses his head to just defend that, and the Pontiff is able to pick this up. I wonder if I should start nicknaming people. Like, you can actually nickname, you know, the people in the game. It might be fun. Golden Head of Ricky Lamy, the Pontiff. Do we have nicknames for anyone else? Oh, Ross Doherty picks up a yellow card. Again, not really a surprise. First substitution coming in from the other side. Let me just take a quick look to see what that is. They bring in Scott Robertson over here. No, we'll leave things as is for now. That's going to be a-okay. Our pass completion rate's gone up a little bit, which is nice to see. Shots again. We're slightly behind on shots, but not dramatically so. Yeah, I was going to say, that's a little far to start. Wow! Mr. Magat, that I'm not sure was the best move to make. There's a reason you're a defender, buddy. And it's not because you can score from midfield. Okay, let's do some substitutions over here. Gary Fraser's getting a little bit winded. Man, I would love to score again. I don't know. It's been Robbie Crawford. He's still very happy playing a box-to-box midfielder. That's going to be okay. Tom Pope, we're going to bring in Jamie Thomas. Do we want to do like a triple substitution? I mean, it's crazy, right? It's crazy. Whatever. So mostly up front. We're not substituting in the defense. Let's go to standard to be slightly more aggressive over here and see if we might be able to get something done. I could also like encourage much longer passing, more direct passing, a little faster play. Why don't we actually go ahead and raise the tempo? I think that actually might be okay here. What do I want to do? Tactic. Where's the... Oh, instructions. Let's increase the tempo. I think that's going to be fine. We've only got 9 minutes to play. Let's try to make things happen fast. We've got a lot of fresh legs up front. Let's see if we can get something to happen. Thomas goes wide, and it's going to be a goal kick to them. Probably only time for one more good pay. Possession's gone up a fair bit. We've equalized the shots. Ross Doherty loses the ball there when we really can't do this. Oh, there's Pickard has come in here. And, oh my god. That was very impressive, but he goes super wide. I was impressed that he beat the tackle attempts. But the ball's back in our possession. We've got 40 seconds left, and they've got possession. So this is probably just, you know, wrapping it up to the final whistle. Oh my god. Oh my god! What the shit? Okay, this is going to be the final play, and at this point, I'm suddenly really happy that it's going to be a 1-1 draw. I mean, it's too late to make any tactical changes because there's not going to be another whistle here, except for the end of the game. But I'm just happy they didn't score in the last minute. There we go. Go, go, go. I mean, if it comes up, and it probably won't, but if it comes up, just go ahead, like, pass into space, route 1, super high tempo, overload. Probably it's not going to matter. I probably shouldn't have gotten overload. The rest of it, sure, if we've got the ball, go nuts. But yeah, there's full time. 1-1. Yeah, no, I'm not happy. Yeah, we should have won that match. What could we have done? A couple people... Oh, lots of people on international duty going to make some stuff. Maintain unbeaten record? Okay, 5 games unbeaten. I mean, I guess that's good. But I really wanted a win there. I really did want to win. Oh, Ralston's going to be... Cup tied? But we're not... It's not a cup game. Oh, it is a Challenge Cup. I just saw... Oh, okay. It doesn't tell you this cup. So, we're going to be in the 4th round of the Challenge Cup, which is... We're supposed to reach the 5th round. We're playing against Bala. I don't know who the hell they are. Welsh Premier League team. Okay. So, Tony can't... I think Tony is Welsh, and I think he's actually going to be playing in some of these international cups. So, that's fine. So, I mean, he's not going to be able to play in the next game. We actually don't really have a lot of space for things over here, but I guess that's going to be the way that it's going to be. Andy Gagan can come back, though. Let's just do this for a second and then put Andy back in his position as to replace Ross Doherty over here and go back to being a ball-winning midfielder. I guess a defensively minded ball-winning fielder is actually what we want with Andy. Really don't want him to roam out of here. Just be ready to defend, 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 defend. So it's too bad we can't play Tony over here, but that's okay. You'll just play as a full defensive fullback. That's going to be all right. I think this is a structural win. I think what we're going to keep doing is probably swapping between Tom and Jamie so that neither one of them feels like they're not starting enough. That's going to be okay. It's going to keep up their sharpness back and forth just fine. These guys, we need some more like under 20s matches for some of these people with really low sharpness here. I mean, one of the things I could do is what's the easiest way to select everyone? Right? It's say something like, is it because I've got some lone people selected? Because normally I could say available for under 20 squad. Huh. There's got to be an easier way to do this. to do this in bulk. I mean, when there's an under 20 squad game, they will ask me for this. But I was just going to say until match fit. We just have to make sure that there's not an under 20s game that's right before ours. How do you get this? I want the calendar that is shown when you are... Oh, there we go. This is not what I was talking about, but when you're advancing time. So what are we today? The 30th of September? Are we? Oh, down here. Okay, so we want next month. Or we're the... Oh, it's literally showing me the wrong month. That's odd. There we go. That was us here. September, but it's weird because this is clearly not... This is October 1st, it must be. Very bizarre. So yeah, this under-20s, we'd be happy to throw lots of people into this game because they're still going to have lots of time to rest before the next one. So next one's going to be an away, so we're not going to be YouTubing that one. Next game is going to be a home game against Dundee United. How's Dundee doing so far? They are not doing super well. God, I really wish we'd won that game against the Queen of the South because it really would have moved us up the table substantially. And it feels like we had some good opportunity there. I don't know, maybe I should have started standard or even just started counter right from the start. I feel like, as unexpected as it is, counter might be a good way to counter someone who's like insanely defensive. You really want to avoid overextending, and you want to look for them to overextend and take some sort of crazy-ass risk. Rather than having counterattack against you and just slipping past your defenses, which may or may not have been what happened. I don't know. I'm probably going to reanalyze that match a few more times. Anyway, that brings us to the end of today's video. It's a little shorter, but that was actually a quick match, I guess, with not as many highlights, and maybe we didn't do as much pre-match stuff. I think it was a shame that Andy wasn't around. That's too bad. But that's the way it goes. And I also don't like that Craig McGuffey's not getting quite as much play as before. I mean, unless we literally just sit, like we alternate between Jamie and Tom from being like suited up at all, and always have Craig McGuffey as a substitute, but that feels kind of silly, right? As long as we play maybe every third game, and again, you know, maybe easier games that don't seem as scary. Like this Bala game actually might be a good opportunity to bring in Craig. And that actually might be the way we go, is actually assume that we're going to substitute him in those games for a little bit more experience, because I really want him to keep developing his stats, because I think he's going to be really strong. He's already pretty good, but if he doesn't play a lot, then he's not going to develop the stats quite as often, and I would love to develop him for that. People are already starting to, during the transfer windows, people were already trying to buy him away from us. And, you know, maybe I should have said yes. Maybe I should have been like, you know what, we got a couple of strong strikers, but... and we might end up, you know, transferring him away at some point, but we could probably transfer him away for substantially more money later on. And again, Tom Pope is 32 years old, so he might start to fade off a little bit as a striker, a little faster than we might expect. You can see his balance is going down. He also doesn't have a ton of flair, to be honest. He's not like the primoest striker of all primoest strikers. And Jamie Thomas is like great and good potential, but he's only on loan, and it's very unlikely that we can actually pick him up. Although I say that, he doesn't actually get paid that much. He's got a high value. So obviously the what we'd have to pay to the other league would be massive, but might be something to look into going forward. We're still coming in well under budget, which is fantastic. I mean, we've got a negative balance on the team right now, but we're going to get a big payout at the end of the season, depending on how we do. So I think overall our finance management is looking all right. But I am disappointed that we didn't win this game. I mean, a draw is fine, but we were definitely looking to play for a win there, but... that's the way it goes. Maybe, you know, maybe this one would have done better for us than that. It feels hard to believe, though, because they had such, especially with a defensive midfielder, they had such a lot of density in the middle. I think our best bet there was to play a little bit wider and look for an opportunity to poke through and exploit. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.